Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Stephen Burkhart with Burkhart Creative Agency. I'm a business owner for a marketing agency centered around video production here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I wanted to share with you guys a quick review of Big Money Energy by Ryan Serhant. I don't know why, but his name is so challenging for me. Anyways, I just got this book 2 days ago. I barely was able to put it down. In fact, for the first time in my adult life, I would say, especially with nonfiction, I actually gave up some sleep to continue reading this late into the night. And I paid for it dearly with energy levels, but it's because I couldn't put this book down. And so I've been following Ryan because as a content marketer, I am just fascinated by the marketing that he does for his real estate company. And so I was very interested to hear what he said, especially after watching a podcast with Ed Milet where he got to talk about this book. And let's be honest, this title is ridiculous. This title is so catchy. It's like the one you hide from your friends so people don't know that you're, money hungry or just like addicted to self-help. But it delivers, and I think it was really interesting actually. So I had a couple of notes that I wanted to share with you guys. So first of all, the book, who it's for, kind of those people that work hard, but they're not seeing as much results on the work as they like, and they don't really know why. And I don't know if you've had this person, but I've had a person in my past that just seemed like whatever they did, they just did it awesome without even trying. It was super annoying. And he would describe that person with that charisma and that ability to make things happen just with like the energy they bring to the table as having that big money energy. And so this book is really for anyone like that, especially if you're an achiever and you want what you do to have a bigger impact. This is really helpful. So a couple of notes that I wanted to share with you guys that I took away from this. I don't really do book reviews and really blow by blow. It's just kind of like big actionable things that impacted me and I was able to take away from it, which is when he talks about this big money energy, is obviously talking a lot about big personality. But the thing I wrote down was you're not projecting a fake version of yourself, just an amped up version. And so it's like, it's you on your best day, your happiest day, your most energetic day, bringing that person to the table every single time you have an interaction rather than just when you feel that. And what ends up happening is you stir that up inside of you and it becomes a part of who you are. And it's totally authentically you. It might be not authentically you in that moment, but it is not a fake version of you. It's a amped up version. He taught and shared some really great stories on just how you act and how you react to things and what that does for you. And so, for example, you're acting and reacting in a way that's in line with who you want yourself to be seen and what you want for your business. And so something flies off the handle, if something, some plans change, people put ridiculous restrictions on you, you react in a way that is calm and in charge and actually reacts in a way to who you'd like to be perceived. And so how I think of that is if I want to be confident, I won't fly off the handle when something happens. I want to try to stay calm and collected so that the confident me comes out. That's a simplified version of it, but yes. And then he talks a lot about outfits. And so I'm actually dressing better today because of it. But he talked about how people really do judge a book by its cover, that there seems to be a lot of talk about wearing hoodies and being like a secret guru, kind of like how Gary Vaynerchuk does it. But the reality is that for most people, that isn't a good strategy, that you should dress for the way you want people to treat you. And we live in a very casual time and a very casual work environment and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, especially very successful people will totally judge you for what you wear. And you need to recognize that and understand that and react to it rather than pretending it wasn't that way. And so he wears suits every day. He doesn't enjoy wearing suits. He's never been excited about wearing suits. He still doesn't want to wear suits, speaking about Ryan. But he wears them because he works with billionaires and they expect him to actually look like he has crap together. And so he does that by wearing a very nice suit. he talks about having 1 to 2 outfits that make you feel absolutely invincible. And so, that way, that if he has a particularly challenging client, a particularly challenging situation he's walking into it feeling absolutely prepared. I thought one thing that was interesting is that him and I both struggle with having good posture, and that's something that annoys the crap out of me. It hurts my back so much, but it was really cool to kind of relate to him on that point. And then some other things that were really good is when you're sitting down with someone and you fundamentally disagree with the perception that they have, and this is whether it's friendships, but specifically he was talking about business stuff with real estate, as far as the owner being completely misguided as to what the asking price for his home should be, which I'm sure if you're a real estate agent and you're watching this, you're just already crying thinking about it. But he said their opinion plus your opinion is winning. It's not your opinion versus their opinion, which is losing. And so affirm their opinions. You're not necessarily saying that they're okay, but you're not affirming their opinions. You're letting you know that you heard them, and then you're able to spend some time reframing what they want and how what they want being like they want to make great money on their home, and then being able to draw them back into like, here, this is why you're a little off base, rather than making it combative. Other thing is, are you willing to do anything short of illegal for your success? And so that was really interesting, because he tells this incredible story of how there was a client who was incredibly restrictive, like literally didn't want anyone who was not making an actual real offer signed on paper for his home to enter the home, because he was like OCD or something. And so Ryan actually brought a band into the house and filmed a music video in this guy's house without telling him, and ended up getting a ton of attention and got him an offer that he would have never gotten otherwise because of what he did. Now the client still wasn't happy about it, but it did work. And so he didn't do anything illegal, but he definitely was right on the edge. And so all that to say is that he went the extra mile to make the splash that he needed to make to get the results he wanted to get. And so something to think about when you're promoting your business. And then the other one is visualize your success daily. Now, I think anyone who's ever read any book about success has read about that, but it was just a really good reminder to know that, like, with the stress and the chaos of everyday life, it is important to visualize your success every single day, so that that continues to get reawakened in your mind, and that energy, so that you're literally internally feeling the draw towards that success, picturing it, feeling it, and that is part of building that big money energy. So I highly recommend it. It's actually really affordable. It got to my house overnight from Amazon. Get big money energy.